There was a signal box close by, so Percy the guard got out of his coach and ran through the blistering rain along the line side to tell the signalman that they had stopped. Whilst this was going on, and whilst they were under cover inside the tunnel, Johnny's crew walked up to the front of their engine to check for any damages, oil him up, and to ask him why he was acting so intense.
What's got into you today?
What's going on with me? What's going on with you? There was a massive storm out there, one of the biggest storms we've ever had.
It's not one of the biggest storms we've ever had.
It's like you haven't even noticed.
Well, of course, we've noticed, Johnny. But we also noticed you being selfish and not helping Oliver out.
Oliver's fine. His class of engine is one of the most powerful on the rails today. He can manage it.
We understand how powerful Oliver is, so it's a cause of concern that a powerful engine like him is struggling through this storm. We didn't even stop at the signal box to let them know about him struggling in this weather. And? Are you being serious? Are you actually saying that? What's the problem, 222 Squadron?
It's like just a regular old day for you, isn't it? There's a massive storm and passengers needing to get home safely. Everyone in those coaches are counting on us to get them home and dry.
Johnny!
You know what I mean.
Yes, we understand that. We probably even understand it more than you.
So why are you treating this as just a regular old day then?
Because that's what we do, Johnny. Life as a railwayman is tough. It involves long hours through some of the worst weather ever. But if we start to complain, we're not doing our jobs. And our job entails driving an air-smooth engine at speed along the tracks every day. But we can't do that if you're not at your best. And we need you to be at your best in situations like this one.
I have no idea. I'm sorry, chaps.
We're sorry too. Communication between an engine and its crew is important. It's hard to get used to all this change whilst trying to keep up simple traditions. Well, I guess keeping busy stops you from thinking about all that.
But hey, at least you have me to distract you two.
Yep, till death do us part, 222 Squadron. Right, everything seems good. There is actually a red signal further up on the track, so we would have had to stop anyway, but we can still carry on. Hopefully the weather's not as bad as it was before. Well, it's still going to be tough with all that wind and rain still.
But we wouldn't be doing this job if we weren't up to it.
That's the spirit, Johnny. Let's go.
And with that, Johnny's crew headed back into the cab, put on the regulator, stoked plenty of coal onto the fire, and headed out of the tunnel and gathered more speed onto the main line once again. They charged the rain, passing signal boxes, snaking through banks, racing through even more tunnels, and traversing every single hill, even with little sand. With every ounce of steam, with every wheel turn, with every shovel of coal, and with every gallon of water, they propelled themselves through the abysmal elements. Soon they approached a junction, where they caught up with Oliver once again.
Oh, Oliver, thank goodness. Is everything okay? Do you still need help, mate?
Oh, I don't know. Johnny, I mean, you do need to get your passengers home safe and on time.
You're right. I do need to get my passengers home safe and on time. But I also want my friend to go home and safe and on time. You're just too kind to point out that I was wrong before. But I've recently been told how to pull through the storm, and that is why I'm going to help you through the storm. Besides, us bullet engines always look out for each other and pull together.
I don't know.
It's okay, Oliver. I'll help you get over the next hill.
Really?
Of course. I mean, I haven't got much sand left, but at least I'll be using the last of it to help out a friend in need. And that's a friend indeed.
So Johnny and Oliver started on towards the gradient. When they got to it, Fireman Guy released all of the sand that Johnny had left in his sandboxes, getting a good grip as they went up the hill, and helping Oliver up.
That's right, Oliver, mate. Full power! Full power!
We can do it, Johnny!
And they did. Johnny and Oliver raced down the other side of the hill, and they soon slowed down for the signalman to set them back onto the other line. And soon the train was on its way once again back to Brighton. Even though they had no more sand left, they still had a good head of steam and plenty of determination. And indeed, they still did, when they finally saw the picturesque sight of the central station and, of course, the sight of their friends waiting for them in the shed. Well, isn't that a fine sight?
It's rather moving, in a way. But yes, it's good to see them home.
And even though we were low on sand, we still carried on. I don't know, I just felt this determination after my crew and I had that talk in the tunnel.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't stick in that tunnel for long. Anyone would think you were terrified of the rain.
Well, that's definitely not true at all.
Absolutely, Oliver. And at least they let the signalman know where they were. Even during a storm, 222 Squadron managed to keep to railway regulations.
Well, it wasn't just me. When we arrived into Brighton's terminus, that little girl Rosie came up and thanked me for bringing her home. But really, it's Mike and Guy she should be thanking.
That's rather nice that you think your crew deserves all the thanks, Johnny. But they're just treating today like it's an ordinary day for a railwayman. I think seeing it through to the end is gratitude enough for them. Your crew is certainly a remarkable duo.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Yes, indeed. Well done, 222 Squadron.
I thought you were going to start calling me Johnny now.
One thing at a time, my dear engine. One thing at a time.
But here's something that's perplexing to me. Johnny, you were making such an effort to get your passengers home safely, which is valiant. But why did you take it so much to heart?
I don't know. I guess with all the changes that come with being united as one railway, there's not time for spectacles like records or big events anymore. So maybe I just needed some sort of small victory.
Well, times are changing. That I won't deny. But I am proud of you, Johnny. You tried to find victory, and you succeeded. You made the best out of a bad situation, even though you didn't realize it at first. So it was good when you finally did realize the positive.
Maybe travesty is not so tragic. It all just depends on how you view it.
Well, that's the thing. Like most things, it's all about interpretation.
Exactly. But like you said, a lot of changes have come when being all united under British Railways. So maybe we all need victories like Johnny's one today. Because you never know what sort of changes are going to occur next. All the other engines took this with a grain of salt. But secretly there was something that Nicholas knew that the other engines didn't know. And Nicholas feared that the other engines might interpret it the wrong way. The right time will come, he said to himself. But if not, they will find out sooner or later somehow. As it was on this day, during the storm of 1953, that Nicholas was indeed right. Eventually, the engines and their crews would eventually find out. It was something that wasn't common knowledge yet, but it was something that the British Transport Commission recently said about the motive power on the rails. But that is, as of now, another story.